Yes. Do I have my sound bite behind me? There it goes. What is going on? It is Monday night. You are here, locked in to Last Take, a shot in the dark. I'm your host, Mr. KEV Kevlar Treatum Swell. Joined with me, as always, he is your car show host with the most, Mr. Skip. Hey, and his co-host to the side of him, Mr. Diamond Dirty D.
Yo,
Fellas, what it is, what it ain't.
What it gonna be? What's up? What's up? Y'all saying with me?
Hey, all right. Skip, man, you were just showing off some bling before we got on here, man. What was that?
Yeah, man. That's for another day. For
Oh,
Thursday, I just showed y'all something. Quit putting my business in the street.
my bad. Hey, it's all out there now.
well, no. Actually, put that biz in the street. We got them rings for y'all. So yeah, we got belts
There's the
and
preview right there. He got the belt.
Mm.
we got belts for all y'all people want to come and try to take this belt.
Mm.
And we got them rings over there for
Go ahead.
some of y'all.
Bro, like how they do it in wrestling? Go across. Nah, this old cheap old man, just a little something. But my weekend, man, I went to a concert this weekend. Next, the group Next 112 Escape. Tyrese, some reggae dude named Red Rat.
So a couple babies got made in the crowd. Is
Tweeted? No, not in that crowd. A little more weed in there than anything. Inside Phillips Arena. I mean, State Farm Arena. We was on the floor, so they do everything down there. But let me see. It was Next 112 Escape, Red Rat, Tweety, Elder Barge, and Trey Songz. And
Tyrese was there, right?
Tyrese was the headliner. He did more talking than singing, man. Somebody need to tell that motherfucker to shut up and sing.
Really?
Like everybody, man, blah, 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 blah. I got these roses that he ain't getting no. Now one of them women a rose. Just walk around with regular roses. Anyway. Some bullshit.
You said Elder Barge looked like an old white man?
Nigga. Huh?
You said Elder Barge looked like an old white man?
He looked like an old ass white man. I swear, if when he walked out, I'm like, who the fuck? Oh, that's Elder Barge.
Oh man.
He really looked like an old ass white man. He sang now. He still got his voice. He did it. What the hell?
What the hell is that call sign?
Yeah, the nose candy,
Oh,
no, he always was small, but he didn't look addicted. He still got his voice.
That's good.
Yeah, he hit the notes and everything.
There we go, man.
But yeah, other than that, man, there was a car show this weekend. Was there? A car meetup we had. I went to that, had a ball with the Atlanta Carcast family. That's about it. Me and the wife.
Why you didn't go? You didn't go over there and try to hang off in the promised land?
Oh, for what? Ain't nothing was out there that I ain't seen anyway. The Turkey Hut dude, I see his shit online. The Florida boys, I'm from there. I done seen most of them. The Georgia boys, I done seen all them. So the ones that came from other states, hey. Bottle of water was $10.
After he was charging folks $25K to get in?
Wings and fries, $50.
Yeah, I seen that.
Wings and fries, $50.
Yeah, I seen some prices. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, you paid $350 to get in for a spectator. That shouldn't be shit to you. I get it, because the vendors paid $3,500 to be there. So the prices gotta, I get it. The prices got to add up. But I heard it was a great show for my friends that went. Some of my car club members went. So it was a real good show. Missy Gucci Man was there. Meek Mills was there. Rick Ross performed. Lil Wayne didn't show up. Diddy didn't show up. There was a couple other celebrities there. But they said overall, man, it was a real good show. The police even said it was a great turnout. No BS. But they were everywhere. Me and my wife was going looking for this egg roll truck. We went down Old Nest, and I was like, man, I don't want to go all the way down there by where all that traffic going to be. We rolled all the way up down there to his front gate.
Damn.
It was police everywhere. At that intersection, right before you get to his house, there was had to be 15, 20 cops in the intersection directing traffic. The man, I can understand neighbors being mad because they're rich and they're used to what they're used to. but that man had charter buses as shuttles, Greyhound buses, like 12 of them, police escort in and out. He was shuttling his people in. He wasn't bullshitting. He did that. I was like, okay, well, you did what you're supposed to.
How backed up was the traffic? I know that was the big
It
thing that
wasn't.
everybody was worried
It
about. Oh,
wasn't.
it wasn't at all?
People talking about the traffic backed up. That might have been red lights backing the traffic up. It took us to get off 285 to get down his house about 3 minutes, 5 minutes.
Dang. Oh, shit.
We were just riding. So that
Golden.
no, and people, don't go out here because the old national backed up. No, them red lights. We got stopped by every single red light. That's what it was. It was a lot of cars. It was because of that. But the guys with golf carts was out there making money. They were shuttling the people that didn't pay the money to go on the shuttle bus. They was paying the golf cart drivers to drive them all the way up to the gate. We saw about 10 to 12 golf carts out there, riding up and down the old national like cars. So yeah, it was like I said, man, it's just certain things I'm not going to support. I'm not going to do, but I don't wish him bad luck. So he had one of my friends that went said the highest number he heard called was 571 cars that entered the show. So 571 times 750. Now, some of those guys paid the VIP fee and all that, which was $2,500, $3,500, and I heard $25,000 if you want to be up by his house, which it was cars up there. So
yeah.
So he did his thing.
Shit, man. D, anything new with you before we get into this?
My son graduated, and he graduated from high school. The Pooh graduated. My stepdaughter, she graduated from middle school. She'll start her journey to high school. But all the kids, I know a lot of our listeners got children, whatever. Some of your kids graduated. Congratulations. And I have came to the conclusion, Skip, this is called closing the deal. When your child walks across that stage, and as a parent and things that nature, Kevin, you got a long way to go, brother. But what I'm telling you.
What he's telling me is that he damn closed. That Wi-Fi is garbage.
Oh, somebody the AOL hooked up on that.
Somebody
made a phone call, didn't it? Somebody made a phone call.
No. I turned that Wi-Fi off and I got on my regular stuff. Anyway, I knew I was trying to test it. I was testing it. So anyway, but when you see your
time, man. Don't be wasting that time.
Hold on, man. But when you see your kid, graduate, man, and it's just an awesome thing. And I'm so proud of him. He graduated with a 3.6 GPA. Got a $500 check from the superintendent from the school to do whatever he wanted to do with it. And he has started school already. Atlanta Air Check. We got him in last Friday. He's taking his core classes during the fall, right now in the summer. In the fall, for everybody that might be listening, he got HVAC that he's starting off, and they got a program where he going to school for free at Atlanta Air Tech. So,
boy, I would get in that.
Listen, it's an 18-month course. They're giving them all their tools. They're gonna set them up where they can start off with their own business.
Is that just for kids?
They didn't say, but it's a private. It's a private.
I'm gonna sign up for that tomorrow.
I know you're not, because what tripped me out is the understanding, and this goes like me and Skip and Kev. They took the magnet programs out of the public schools that we went to, and they said these programs are not, the people in the public schools don't know about these programs, but they're in the charter in the private schools. They said they got $1 million from Coca-Cola for CDL training. They got Georgia Power with the job with Georgia Power line workers. They give you in for free. The HVAC is a free program, and the welding. So welding is the only one over that you might have to pay for. That's what he went for. But the HVAC was the one I stirred into it. I said, they can let you go to school free, give you the tools, whatever. And now, boom, here we go. So he's already got a jump ahead. Everybody was like, hey, you going to let him just chill out for the summer? Hell no, let's get to it.
That's right. The quicker you get in, the quicker you get out, then you can start making some real money.
Yeah, so I can't believe that some of these kids, and if you don't know what you want to do, school is not for everybody, but please go get you a trade or a skill. Because if you do that, you don't know, doors open up for you. Unbelievable.
You got something to fall back on.
Experience
I'm
is a
telling you. If I
motherfucker.
find out this thing is free, I'm gonna be like, yeah, dog, I just got for class. Hold on, let me get the stuff ready. HVAC, man, it's a plumber friend of mine. He's a master plumber. This man make $117,000 a year before overtime.
Yeah, but it's kind of a shitty job though.
Call it what you want.
Listen,
Your job don't pay you half that.
listen, listen.
What'd you say,
And
Skip?
You make 65 a year?
Do I make 65?
Yeah.
I'm way past that, bud.
Okay, my bad.
I'm big dog. I've had this conversation with D before.
but with that, I do too. But with that skill set, Kev, you got to think about it as a young man as you. If say, unfortunately, I ain't wishing nothing on somebody when you lose your job, you got that skill set to follow. Say if you were doing it on the side, you could easily make you a $25,000-$30,000 on the side if you had that skill and keep your job. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we got to start teaching these young people and the youth. Everybody ain't gonna go play football, basketball, and baseball now.
Hey, look, one of me and D friends went and bought a goddamn convertible 2-door Mercedes Benz from doing on the side air conditioning jobs. Gerald.
Yeah.
What was it, 560 to 60, whatever that 2-door convertible Benz is? This was a couple of years back. Went and bought it cash. Like shit, I need to learn.
With no problem. And now that I got the understanding that due to the relative, the young lady that's family to me that helped me get my house, I called and told her what he was doing because we had some stuff going on over here. And she said, tell your son to go on commercial HVAC, not residential, go commercial. And I was like, okay. And she said he get paid.
Hold up 1 second for me, D. Coming to the stage. Come, Jay. Hey.
Oh,
got him in there. We did right. Hey,
look at it. Looking like you've been working or something. Look at you.
Hey, look at this shirt. Like some sweat on that shirt.
I was gonna say that thing looks.
Look at that shirt. Look at a little sweater there.
Don't make me go to put on
No,
it's
just dog. It's just like
don't make me go to put
just
on
slime
rings
green, man. I don't just slime green.
I'll just say I got rings.
Oh,
Don't do it.
I see you.
He didn't
You
win
been holding
somewhere.
out on him, Skip.
No, he went and broke in the local pawn shop and got.
See what them say? Yeah, you can't break in the pawn shop and get them personalized. I bet you that.
So that's
hold on. There they go. Let me show you the other one. Now. Rose gold, white gold, silver. You tell me what you want.
So there you go. So
tell me what you want.
Lambo, we got these. We got to get these rings. We got to get these rings.
I just need my 10%.
You better have your ass ready to work.
Hey, he got a pinwheel. He got a pinwheel in the garage where he's stomping his foot on it while he's getting the fire going. Get that shit going.
Well, hey, fellas, we're gonna hear from KJ's Mobile Auto Detailing before we kick this thing off. So enjoy the clip.
This episode of Last Take is brought to you by KJ's Mobile Auto Detailing LLC. Hit up KJ anytime. He has same-day appointments available, y'all. Y'all got to hit him up. Same-day rain guarantee. Memberships available. Disinfectant, sanitization services, wash, wax, carpet shampoo, claying, steam cleaning as well. Hit him up at 470-214-1423.
Hit them up. Hit them up. Man. So, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and start off here.
Bo say, Abe coordinating tonight. Oh, boy.
But hey, man, it seems like every week we hear something new with Ja Morant and this fucking gun of his.
But you know what, though? It's almost like when Jamie Foxx had his stroke. We heard he was dead. We heard he was struggling for his life, and all that shit was lies. I don't believe this shit somebody said it was a plastic gun. It wasn't. That's just something to say to get some clicks, in my opinion. No fucking plastic gun. What the fuck?
Go ahead.
And even if it was, like I was saying earlier, bro, you just got in trouble for this shit. Toy, water, I don't care if it was a virtual. I don't care what you. If you were doing like this, don't even do like this, bro.
Don't do
You
finger guns right
mark
now,
right
God damn it.
Don't even make the
Don't do nothing.
sign. Goddamn.
Don't do nothing.
Don't even pick
Don't
up that
do
stick that
nothing.
looks like one.
But I did that because before he got in trouble, did y'all see how he was when he was out or injured a game or two, and one of his teammates scored on the other guy, and he was on the sideline like just doing the bang up. I'm like, bro, you
Again, it's crazy because Kev, when we were talking backstage before you got on, he was, we were saying like, is it that he's trying to be something? You don't see LeBron, Michael Jordan, those type of players getting in this type of trouble. And like I told him, you got to think, Michael Jordan wasn't a privilege like Ja was. LeBron was a privilege, and Abe can attest to that with some of our classmates. We went to a high school where we had doctors and lawyers as folks' mothers and fathers. They, to be honest with you, them boys had a lot of problems going on with them because they wanted to be something that they wasn't. Where you had people that was hungry, that didn't have all these things available for them, that did what they supposed to do. And like I said, telling Kev, he didn't got engulfed in the culture of Memphis. He's the breadwinner of his family. You got these everybody around him that's yes men. They just, yeah, you good, you do it, you the man, you this, that, and the third. And he knows, in my opinion, Skip, before you got on here, the man has over 1 million some followers on social media. The NBA has changed to a social media age now. So Kev asked the question, hey, when did the NBA change like this? Think about it. Hey, I was the first one to bring in the dread, I mean the braids and the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
David Stern at the time got mad because they call it the hip hop era. He enforced the dress code on them. Because AI was coming to the game with throwback jersey. LeBron was involved in it because he was wearing the throwback jersey.
Yep.
And the jewelry, the big watches, the do-rags and all that. So now is Ja on the cusp of being the face of the NBA. LeBron is almost out. He's about to retire. We probably got maybe 2 years out of it. Who else gonna take the mantle as the best? The face.
But he was slated to do that. They slated him. They put him in that position, or he put himself. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, his performance. But now, as an NBA, we can market to these kids. Questionable why Nike hasn't dropped him. The shoes sold out in 15 minutes. Being on my sneaker level, sold out in 15 minutes. Skip, they gone. You can't get them. This right here. Look at me. They was talking about we need to buy us some just so we can put up to see it crash out.
Exactly. And that's why they sold out in 15 minutes.
So
if they don't make no more, we got the last ones.
There you go. So that's the marketing ploy. It ain't always, everybody knows the best player has not always been the best player in the NBA for marketing purposes. We know that, but he gets hyped up. This guy is 23 years old with damn near $200 million in his fingertips. That's just NBA money.
Mm-hmm.
That's guaranteed.
Getting 80 or 90.
That's guaranteed. So with coming down, we might see him going for a year.
I hope so. I really want him to. What he'd be making 40, 35, 40 a year? He already lost 39 because he wasn't all NBA and all-star and all that because of the gun incident. And if he gets set out the whole year, that's 40 million in salary? 35, 40, something like that. So he'll be lost $80 million for fucking around, flashing a gun. Teach him a lesson. That's the only way you hurt is in his pockets.
But it's crazy. It's crazy because I want to know the franchise. Remember, I know we didn't get to talk about that. We're going to give it to you. OJ Mayo got in trouble up there. He was highly touted. Zach Randolph got on some bullshit up there in Memphis. Lorenzen White lost his life up there in Memphis. Now that was his family shit had some shit going on, but all of them played for the Memphis Grizzlies.
But that's the area, though, D.
That's what
NBA cities, even include all the ones in LA. The gang culture, the drug culture, the little drink gang scene is bigger in Memphis because it's so small.
That's why I said that. Do you think that when these athletes come in, like I said, you take a kid from Atlanta and you take him to the West Coast and engulf him in that scenery, with, like I said, with the Raiders, when I was using the Raiders as an analogy, or you take a kid from rural South Georgia and take him up to New York or take him to some of these places, he's going to get engulfed in the culture. Vic did the same thing when he came down here to Atlanta. He became a part of the culture.
Right. But the
outside of what he was doing.
Culture in Memphis is gangster rap.
There you go.
Gangs. That's it. Ain't shit
There
else to
you
do
go.
with Memphis. Don't nobody want to go to Dolly World. Don't nobody want to go see all that country shit or Elvis House. None of that.
Mhm.
Gangster rap and gang life. That's it. In LA, it's a million fucking things to do. In New York, it's a million fucking things to do. Any other state you go to, even in goddamn Portland, Oregon, ain't shit up there. Something to do outside of gangs. There's nothing else to do in Memphis. I've been there, straight through that motherfucker. I ain't stopping for nothing.
I mean, won't gas.
Well, I do think that piggybacking on what you said, the differences with Ja, LeBron, and MJ. MJ had a daddy that probably gonna get in his ass. His mama too. You know, I could tell that he had good, strong parents.
Did you see the
old
movie
school
Air?
parents? You know that.
Did you see the movie Air?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then that
Yes, sir.
explains it all.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I have.
The
Y'all
mama
Yes,
was
sir.
on
me
it.
out. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, well, I'm just saying the mama was on him, and
Check it out.
she did what she needed to do to set him up. I ain't telling you the movie, but and the daddy was the daddy. There you
The
go.
daddy.
And we as black people know, all right, son, yes, sir. No, you can see that. So yeah.
And I think with
Go ahead.
and I think with LeBron's situation, he seemed to have had, even though he didn't grow up with his dad, he seemed to have had a lot of positive people in his circle that didn't let him steer off. You know,
But his
no,
mom-
I don't think LeBron has any blemishes, any character blemishes,
None. Not one.
any.
But see,
you know, and that's what Ja is not doing, and he has, you know, and I don't fully know their family situation, and so I don't want to just speak on it not knowing fully what's going on. But it seemed like to me his dad want to be his homeboy, want to be his partner. Oh,
He wanna be down with him.
he want to be down with him. He getting the money. Okay, cool. But yet and still, dad, friends, that's what y'all have. If y'all not fronting no bills or doing anything, the only responsibility y'all have is to make sure Ja not doing bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what y'all say, oh, I do this, I do this. No, bro, you not doing that. You messing up the bag for everybody, not just for yourself. You know,
but on the flip side, they did their job. They got him from high school to college to the pros, no blemishes, no nothing. So now that he's grown, he should know, look what we did. You do the right thing. And once he started veering, I'm the breadwinner now. Shut your mouth. Now, he might not have said that, but he could insinuate that, hey, y'all, I gave y'all, go over there. That's why your house across the street. You get what I'm saying? And if he was in any other city but Memphis, he wouldn't be in no trouble. Even with the friends he got that, you know, took the pictures and whatnot, they would have still been with him like LeBron's friends with him, but he could have been in any other city in the Union or in the NBA. He wouldn't be in this trouble. It's Memphis. You get out there, you got access to all the gangster rappers and everything else. They want to be around you because you're young, you their age, and it just seeped over into his life. And I'm like D. It's Memphis. It's nothing else.
And I mean, you gotta think from where he's from. Go back where he's from, and then you get in
Illinois, I think, right? He's from.
No, he in. I think he's from Carolina or somewhere right there.
Oh,
Go
okay.
look up. Yeah, he's from Carolina. But I'm saying the daddy was the one that was moving him around the different AAU teams and different teams. Because he wanted his kid to play. He's seen that talent, which is nothing wrong with it. Kev, check that for me if I got that right. But at the same time, and I'm like, Skip, he's taking the role of the breadwinner of the family. So everybody's hush mouth. But like I was speaking in behind the scenes, when his mother has the courage enough to call her son to a foot action to straighten out a foot action employee, that was strike one for me. Strike two, the report of his sister calling him to a high school. You showing up to a high school, you're a multi-millionaire basketball player in this social media age. So Kev was asking, like, who can we, compare him to, or Mr. World. And I was like, AI is the only one we can see far as what they try to portray AI is, because we didn't have social media like that, how they tried to portray him.
But
what I'm saying?
Was that though, D? He was that. But when I got in fights in high school, he was
that's what I'm saying. The difference is AI came from the struggle. He got it out the mud. It wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Sir, you have had privilege to a certain extent.
He never been in a fight. I bet you he never been in a fight outside of in the NBA.
He ain't been in a fight in the NBA.
Well, the little arguing back and forth, little elbows.
Man, ain't nobody in the NBA goddamn fighting right now. Look at it. No motherfucker don't fight. They do a lot of these right here, and we ain't seen that damn blow thrown yet.
You are correct.
Unless it was Draymond hitting
He's
his teammate.
Unless Draymond kicking
He's from
somebody.
South Carolina.
He's from South Carolina. So
where in South Carolina?
Dogsville.
Dogsville.
Dogsville? You know what that is, Kev?
D-A-L-Z-E-L. Did you say? Oh, they said Dogsville. Dogsville? I have no fucking clue.
Never heard of it.
So take it now. You again, like we said, country boy, rural South Carolina area. You take him, you put him in Memphis culture. He's never been around that, and he's actually the big fish in the city outside of damn the rapper boys.
And it's only a couple of them got more money than him.
Big fish in the states. He probably the big fish in the state.
No, Tennessee got a football team too now.
Well, I'm talking about
Well, who bigger than Jordan?
But I'm saying this is different.
Yeah.
There's a difference in the football field. They got on helmets and pads. You got to really catch them out. This man is on every billboard probably in Memphis. It went from being the grindhouse. We knew it was a problem when they started playing whoop that trick in the Tampa arena. It was gonna get worse. You playing against Kevin Durant, them, and every time you get a shot, y'all doing the gritty back down the damn court. You know what I'm saying? You made a comment. Oh, we ain't worried about the West. You ain't made it goddamn out to play. You ain't made it out the second round yet.
Well, hey, hold that thought for me for a second, man, because as you know, every week we've been trying to bring on, a different guest, and we got a great one for you tonight.
He better be good, whoever he is.
Oh, Lord, you better read your notes, sir.
I read my notes. I'm ready. I'm on his ass.
Well, he started playing tackle football in 11th grade. I know that sounds a little late, so, but he did. Shit, got choked up. There we go. My bad. Let me restart that. Started tackle football. I was watching D drink his water, and I got thirsty. You know what I mean? I could, maybe thirsty.
Okay.
Either way,
we ain't gonna distract you no more.
Yeah, please don't. That would be amazing.
Man.
Started tackle football in 11th grade. Went to Rainy River Community College. Then was a walk-on at the University of Minnesota, where he lettered. He's been training and coaching since 2011. He was actually one of the coaches at my high school that I went to out here for about a year and a half. Man, this dude. You said what? We went to play. Hey, the year I played there, we went to the playoffs. I ain't gonna tell you how that one ended, but yeah, man. But currently he is coaching at Monroe High School down in Havana, Florida. Skip, your home state. He said it's about 5 minutes out of Tallahassee, so you might know where it is. Man, this dude is awesome right here. Bring it to the stage, Coach Marcus Singletary. No clap for the sound guy? Where the fuck is
You better turn the lights on. I got black jokes.
Oh my God, he might have clicked off for a second.
There you
There
go.
he is.
Okay,
Go.
then I'm just boy. I
Hey.
had a bunch of black jokes for you. I was ready.
He set you. It's almost set you up there, coach.
Man.
What's going on, Coach Marcus?
We can't hear you, coach.
Okay, it's muted.
We got him. We got him going. Kev, we can't hear him.
Hey,
Say
I
something, Coach.
can't hear you yet,
Say something,
coach.
Coach.
Testing.
Say
Uh-oh.
something, Coach.
Oh,
No, we
shit.
can't. Mm-mm.
Kev calling. Kev, you got to give me a
I
man.
just texted him.
Is
Goddamn.
that smoke? Oh Lord. Hey,
Kev,
Coach,
you are terrible. You are
you got
terrible,
to
Kev.
sign back in,
Coach,
brother.
this ain't your fault.
Or matter of fact,
This
before
Yeah,
you do that, hit the settings button, man, and go in there and see if your mic is on.
This is man's fault here. You need to be
But anyway,
serious.
back to what we was talking about, man.
just come back to me.
This John Moran situation, he it like you said, D, it's more so the culture. He's embedded in it because of his age. That's the kind of music he listens to. So it's one of those things where they can't get him out of there because Memphis ain't gonna let him go. I don't. A suspension could run him deeper into the culture, or it could make him learn a lesson.
Devil's advocate, Skip. Do you think he trying to get out of Memphis?
Do you think what?
He trying to get out of Memphis.
No, because he just signed a $200 million contract. No.
Okay.
Coach, can you hear us?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. I'm locked in. I'm in here.
There we go. There we go. What's going on, my
What's
man?
good? What's good? What's good?
Oh man,
What's
well,
Fellas, what's good?
What's going
Good
on?
evening, sir. Good evening.
Oh
Good evening.
man, blessed, highly favored. I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's a blessing. Chase been telling me about this show. You know, I haven't been abreast of a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, but I'm like, man, you my guy. And then based on what I did see, you guys speaking some real shit on some real shit. You know, dealing with coaching, youth, you know, psychological issues with athletes and just, you know, the things that behind the scenes, a lot of coaches or trainers per se, because sometimes it's like hit or miss. You got a coach that's a great coach or a decent coach, and then you got a trainer that's an elite trainer, but he really ain't no coach. But then you got, you know, like they say, the 1%, or now it's 2% make it Division One. Back when I was coming up, it was only 1%. You feel
Yeah.
me? The 1% of coaches, trainers, meaning motherfuckers that can coach and train that shit. You know what I'm saying? Having those guys ready to go to a Power 5 or a D2 or NAIA or HBCU, no discrimination, whatever fits you, type situation. Chase, yeah, I did coach him in high school. You know, he had transitioned from South Carolina. You know, I've always been a different kind of coach in the sense of just looking at where the young man or young lady's at, you know what I'm saying? And then just meeting them to be the best they can be. I didn't say I want to take you motherfucking D1. I want you to be your best version. You know what I'm saying? And by you being, if you can get a guy or a young lady or whatever the athlete may be to be their best version of themselves, shit, you solid. You headed in the right direction.
Well, Coach, I got a question for you. I told Kev I was going to ask you, and that's our resident coach right there, Coach Abe of Lambeau U over there, U football.
What's up, coach? What's good? What's good?
What's up, my boy?
So,
Hey man, I
so
love anybody that's impacting the kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them come from a lot of different fucked up situations, or per se. That's why coaches need to take that shit so serious. This is a fucking mission field, bro. You can break a motherfucker, or you can inspire a motherfucker. Chase, I choked up because
Hey,
I
Coach,
gave
you
him straight
long-winded, ain't it?
inspiration.
You long-winded, ain't you, Coach?
Oh no, I'm just giving you real. That's it, coach.
Coach,
Hey, man, don't let Skip spray you wrong, man.
Oh no.
Skip
Hey,
just doing
look,
some.
one
Skip
thing
just
about
doing
me,
some
you know,
hazing. He's
hey,
just
look,
hazing.
you don't get to where I'm at, you know what I'm saying, with 12 years of experience of just, you know what I'm saying, I'm locked into the game, coaches. You feel me? I limit my distractions. You hear me? I'm focused on whatever the questions you want to ask. So what was the question you wanted to ask, coach? My bad.
so this is one that was very intriguing. It very intriguing me from the resume that he gave me. You walking on to the University of Minnesota. We've had a lot of guests on here, coaching wise, and your experience with the walk-on process, you coming out of high school, and how did you end up going to walk-on in Minnesota? And what was that experience? Because I know you're taking that and using it in your coaching now.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's crazy. Well, you know what? I came out 2005, I'm from Hinesville, Georgia. So, just to give y'all a little brief history about that, Hinesville's birth, like Davion Mitchell, who plays for the Sacramento Kings, Raekwon McMillan, who plays for the Patriots, Richard LeCount, that plays for the LA Rams. And then in that same area, you got Flage from Savannah, Georgia. You got Darius Slay from
LSU.
Brunswick. You know what I'm saying? DJ Dallas, you know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of athletic athletes that I've competed against and played against. And then, I came out of high school from a place called Bradwell Institute. Man, I just, you know what, bro? I wasn't a student athlete. You know what I'm saying? I can speak to that. I was an athlete. I think your supporting cast really matters, right? It ain't just your mom and your daddy, but it's about, believers believing where you're gonna go, and then at the same time, people that can actually elevate your game and take you to the next level. Not the, oh, you doing a good job type level, but hey, motherfucker, you ain't cutting it today. You get what I'm saying? Like, you need to push yourself. You say you
Yeah.
want to be elite, because a lot of people use that word elite. Man, listen, if you got to tell a motherfucker more than one time how to do something, that ain't elite. You only got to tell the elite one time. So, I ended up going JUCO, man, played with a lot of Florida guys. A lot of my teammates are from, North Miami, Miami Central, what they call the Rockets now, the number one team in the country. I played with that. Muck City, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Dillard, South Broward, So being a Georgia boy, I got my own mix. And the irony is God brought me to the state of Florida, which is the number one football market in the country by far. And Georgia is the number two market when you look at the data. So, once I got done playing football, I just walked on, bro. Was training at what's his guy name? Aaron, what's his name? EJ Henderson, linebacker for the Vikings. Had a facility. I had a trainer by the name of Mark Ellis, who was assistant strength and conditioning coach for the Vikings at the time with Mike Tice. He took me under his wing. He started training me, teaching me certain bits, how to run, back pedal. And then, I walked on, man. And at that point, that was my first year having a position coach, like a real one, not somebody that's a coach. And they saying, hey, back pedal, open up. Someone actually teaching you a two-step. What is the two-step? You know what I'm saying? Or reading the receiver as he comes out his break transition. You know what I'm saying? Or the stem, why the weave is so important playing the position of DB. Weave is important with the stem because it allows you to be inside in front. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps you connected with that receiver no matter what they're doing. And then I got into coaching 2011, and I've been a coach and trainer since then, man. And the irony is Chase got to see me. They made me coach freshman football, man. They were so intimidated by me that I had to coach freshman football for like about 6 years, man. The shit was crazy.
So
You
you
know what I'm
coach
saying?
Chase.
Oh, yeah.
Did he
What is
suck?
Here
going
we
on
go.
my
Was he good?
goddamn government
Here we
mess
Now, he
go.
didn't
around?
suck.
He ain't
Hold on,
suck.
hold
No,
on,
he
hold on.
didn't suck.
Who the hell is? Hold on. Who the hell is
Him?
Chase?
Him?
Oh,
We had the
Goddamn.
problem?
Oh,
he
yeah, I
got
ain't calling it. Look. Yeah.
his alias.
Man, y'all, I don't know if you saw how thrown off I was when I heard my own name.
Oh,
see
yeah.
he got his alias, that he got this Kev name, but I didn't see the Chase thing too.
Did something
I
across
just
your
let him
camera.
slide. I just let him slide.
That's
Did
his
something
bottle.
across your camera. Yeah,
That's
thank
my
you.
water bottle. I'm sorry. I just let him
Yeah.
slide. But yeah, so Cole, that's you were talking about your DB thing. I'm letting my other guys get involved in it. That's an interesting technique that you talked about. Cause I just remember when we was in school, A can attest the DBs was who was fast, who could run, but they couldn't catch worth a damn. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't catch, so they put them at DB because they could fast and they could probably tackle. But the techniques that you just described, this is my first time hearing that. How you put it.
Well, yes, sir, Coach. I've been around. Well, when I coached Chase, I was around Atlanta for about 11 plus years. So I've been training defensive back. That's my specialty for going on 12 years. And so I've worked with guys like Coach Glenn Ford, you know what I'm saying, with the I Dare You program back when I Dare You was I Dare You. I ran the Roswell location. He put me on like that, working with Kevin Pope down there in Hateville. You know what I'm saying? I've worked with Cam, Cam Newton, 7v7, scouting guys to play on Cam. And then, they pumping me up to be a defensive coordinator, dealing with them 4 years coming in with the Pickens era. And then just having multiple guys, man, across the country, man, at Power 5, elite guys. You know what I'm saying? I got a young man at Oregon right now starting, Triquez Bridges out of Lynette, Alabama. You know, I got young men like Joseph Charleston out of Milton High School. You know, I'm familiar with the Atlanta market because I coached in it, so I can speak to it. You know, Gwinnett played great football. Gwinnett, the SEC. That's respect for Gwinnett. You know what I'm saying? Then you could trickle down to Marietta, and then, you know, you got the South Sides, and then you can head out to Conyers. You know what I mean? They play ball, of course, in Southeast Georgia. Got to respect the 9-1 Deuce for where I'm from. You know what I mean? But I know the state of Florida and just different, you know, not Florida, but just different relationships, coach. You know what I'm saying? So I've always been known about being very technical in how I teach, you know, guys, and just you want to teach them to play at an elite level, you know, pattern reading, zone, man, all those things matter in football. You can't just run man to man until you blue in the face and think you're gonna win championships.
Well, Coach, let me ask you this. As
Uh-huh.
we said, Coach Abe down here, he's the coach, one of the coaches for Lambeau. Abe, y'all are what? You said like number 1 or 2 in the country in your division.
They ain't lost in 4 years. They better be
Oh,
number one.
Lord have mercy. Put
Yeah,
some
they ain't
respect
lost
on
in
that.
4 years.
Ooh,
This,
oh shit.
oh yeah,
Show
numero
the
uno.
jewelry,
Who?
son.
Hold on.
Show them the
Hey, look,
rings.
coach. You bringing me up the breast. Look, no, it's all love and honor for y'all. But oh, damn, don't do it. Okay, you can do that. You can do that. You can do that.
That's 1 of 50.
So, so Coach Marcus, they're coaching youth football.
Oh, I know it.
So yeah, so this the whoop stick down here. So we just try to tap into all this stuff because we seen the money that was being made. So I let Abe pop his collar. I'm done through.
Well, I just wanted to ask that, when you go into where Abe is, when they're at that 11U level and they're coming into a high school program. Coming from, especially if you coming from a team like Lambeau, what I mean, you ain't lost in 4 years. I wouldn't imagine them kids' heads are small in that aspect. So if you get put on some high school team and go to losing, that can mess with you. Or even if they're winning the transition in general. So can you speak to that?
Well, it depends on their impartation and what you're being imparted because anything in life gonna come with adversity, and at some point you're gonna have a stretching point, whether you're a winner or you're a loser.
There it
So,
is.
you know, how do you
Fact.
take this the scenario that you're in and how do you grow from it? It's not punishment, it's just what you have to endure in order for you to get to where you're going. So if you're coming from a winning program, you take those winning principles and you implement those winning principles. Yeah, you might leave your teammates and you might leave your coaches, but then that's where the knowledge and the wisdom, you know, they say in all things you're supposed to get understanding. So shit, your coach gonna give you understanding, and then just to piggyback on something y'all was talking about earlier, a father is a rudder, and if the coach got to be the father and the father's not able to be present, you're supposed to help a child navigate, not take anything personal. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about the coaching profession. A lot of them motherfuckers don't take that shit serious, and when I say serious, they don't invest in themselves. See, what I'm talking about is being a psychological present coach, not just now I'm not young. I'm 37, almost 40. I just take care of myself, but I'm able to talk to a young man and meet them where they at and not sun they ass and where they gotta respect it and be like, damn, that nigga talking some real shit. You know what I'm saying? I could fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he ain't being disrespectful and shit. He actually talking about what he is. He ain't just like a lot of coaches. A lot of them, no disrespect, just be talking some bullshit that they ain't never did.
True.
You know. So I hope I answered it. It's just adversity. It's life, bro. You gotta adjust, and then you gotta have great men like yourself, y'all selves. They gotta be like, you know what? Take heed of what y'all talking about. You know what I'm saying? Man, coach don't mean me no harm, man. Shit, he just really care about me. Why? Well, I haven't lived coach age. At some point I will, but if I can live it now, how much further will that put me?
Hmm.
See, one thing I can say about talking with Coach A and their head coach, who we had on a couple of weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
these kids know who these two guys are.
Right.
They're not just a coach to them. They have to have their grades up. They can't be getting in trouble in school, can't be late to practice and everything else. So they're being
Accountability.
structured right. But I think the question, how Kev wanted to phrase the question was, if say you run a pro style offense in high school and they come from a run and gun or wishbone or I style offense or whatever, the transition from them knowing and learning one thing for the last 4 or 5 years, how do you retrain them, so to speak? What do you do to retrain them outside of being the gritty coach that you are? how can you say, hey, son, we know you're used to doing that, but God damn it, this is how we do it. What's the process of that?
Either you do it how I'm training you to do it, or your ass on the oak. Period. I mean, that's the only way, and that's going to be the way. This is not, when I say junior hour, this is not participation football. This is high school football. And depending on where you're playing at, if you're coming from a historical program as what we're talking about with coach, you already know the standard of how we play football around here. So,
Cool.
I mean, either you're going to elevate your game or you're going to, I guess, I'm not going to say all guys who transfer are weak, but some situations they are weak-minded because they don't want to compete or they don't want to be coached up. And then there
You
are
are
some
correct.
asshole college coaches too that a lot of people don't talk about. There's some asshole college coaches who be disrespectful, and psychologically some young men can't take that. A grown man talking to them reckless and crazy.
Because that's what I was gonna piggyback on when you said elite athletes. So being around and coaching, I wondered from your experience, how do we get from a 1 star to a 5 star? How do you come up with this determination if you going on the circuit and you got these kids going everywhere? How do you pick out that? Let's say Coach Abe send you 3, 4, 5 players. Could you sit there and pick out, okay, he might be a 1, 2, 3 star, this one might be this, off of basing on what the program you running? Because that's what I was asking. I say
Yeah, I can see it.
I was told that they have to go to all these camps and get ranked to
No,
get all
sir,
these
that's
stars. But
cap.
go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear it.
That's cap. I've been around 12 years and I've been to the Atlanta market. I know Ed. Look, bro, it ain't too many faces I don't know in Atlanta. You hear me? And that's just respect. Ain't no disrespect. Ain't no shade. Ain't never had no problems, no issues. They gotta respect my shit because my shit speak for itself. Nah, man,
Uh-huh.
it's about who you know. It's about
Mm.
who you know, fam. I've had young men. I've had young men, bro. Look, man. Tell me this. Let me pose a question to y'all. All four of y'all. Now, if you are the Nike opening defensive back MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
In Atlanta, right?
Okay.
Should you
Okay.
go to the Nike opening?
You should.
Sure.
But what if you don't have the political relationship?
No,
Well, now,
no.
now this is where the disconnect is. If
I'm
I'm
talking about the zero.
already
Y'all
that,
asking
but
about
if I'm
0 to 4,
already the
0 to
Nike
5
opening
star.
guy,
Tell me the Nike one. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah. Everybody talking at the same time. Say what
Yeah.
now? So what you say, Coach?
No, I'm not. No, I was just saying the coach. I'm just saying. I'm painting. I'm giving y'all a different avenue of this too. You get what I'm saying? But now go
Okay,
ahead,
come
coach.
back.
I'm listening to you.
you were saying that this athlete we're talking about is the Nike opening MVP player, correct?
True
But
story.
he can't.
Facts.
But he couldn't make it to the Nike camp. Is what you're saying?
No, sir, he did not.
Now, okay, this is where there's a blank spot here. If he's already this person, been named the MVP and all this stuff here, the only reason why I see he couldn't make it was monetarily.
What you mean
Because there's no
monetarily?
way. How can you be named the Nike
Funding.
MVP and not be at the Nike camp?
Because the writers already have their picks before you even show up.
So who gave him the award, the title?
Ooh,
The
The
writers
camp
have
that's
something
director.
to do with giving him the title, correct?
Hey,
that's
listen, I'm just
that's
telling you
that's what
facts,
I
coach. That's all I'm doing.
that's what
I'm
th-
just talking about
Skip.
facts.
That's what I was talking about.
But see, my thing is, I understand what you're saying, and I know what you was talking about, D. Now I do completely. But
But if you got a
you can't
five
name
star,
me the
but
All
coach,
NBA
hold on,
player and
Skip,
I'm not make the All
Skip.
Star team.
I love your question, but Skip,
Yes.
if you got a 5 star
Mhm.
and you got a 3 star, and that 3 star is the defensive back MVP, you think
Mhm.
he going to the Nike opening over that 5 star who's already a 5 star, even though he outperformed him?
He should.
He's not.
No, no, because they're basing their credibility off that player. If they
Period.
go if they go against what they already done put out, because you got
What
to
up,
think with these
Mister?
you got to think with these camps, Skip, they already got their picks, so it's a showcase.
Come
So
on,
they
man.
can they,
Facts.
they cannot be made a fool out of. That's why we see all these quarterbacks. That's why I'm glad we got a coach here. That's why we see all
Man, I
these
came through
quarterbacks.
the Justin. Look, the Justin Fields era.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Brother Ron Veal over there in Marietta, the firefighter that played at Arizona. I know, bro. Been knowing bro since 2011. I'm an OG of this shit. I'm speaking real facts.
So when you
Come
think
on.
about it, that's why I always wonder how this guy's already a 5-star and we really ain't seen him play against nobody. But
Hey,
then when I talk,
no different from guys getting offers with no tape.
that
Hello.
I was going there next, and because my question was, like you said, a 3 and a 5-star. So we have a 5-star kid that doesn't even show up to the camp. All right. Now that 3-star kid could possibly not be starting on his team. Right or wrong.
Man, listen here. True story. Joseph Charleston from Milton High School came out 2019. I had told everybody, man, I'm talking about I was writing. Look, they try to big boy me. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want to talk to Coach Marcus. You know, I guess my name ain't, I don't know what I don't know. However, I say, look, man, this kid gonna be big, man. He gonna be the best safety of 2019. One of them. Okay. Hey, he was 6'2", 195 in the 10th grade. I seen that motherfucker on tape come down in that alley. I watched his break transition, how he break. I said, okay, we just got to clean up how he break and then how he extend his hands on tape, how he's getting off and shedding blocks. Cool, he's physical. Okay, he'll play the ball. Okay, little things. Guess what? January, he was a 0-star. By that March, 4-star. He was at Rivals.
But see,
But guess what? He had the political relationship on his side too.
now hold on, coach. Hold on, coach, because we jumping all across the board here.
Well, I'm saying
You
focus because you're asking about going from a 0-star to a 4-star.
But what you said was when you tried to put him out there, they didn't listen, right? They ignored you. But once he learned this technique and they started watching tape, or a scout heard about him and scouted him, you don't need tape to scout him. You can just show up like the old school used to do. Now,
No,
I'm not
sir.
saying
You
that's
need the
case.
relationship. I like that, but you still you gotta mix it with the both. I can speak to both of that. It ain't just about showing up. You also gotta have a relationship too,
Coach,
coach.
I
I believe.
understand what you're saying, but that's not always the case. You just proved this point. If you let me make this one point, you said when you tried to put him out there, nobody heard of him, nobody would listen. But once he started once you taught him all these techniques and he got better, where did the political relationship come from?
One of
It
my
came from him
colleagues.
getting better.
Now I came from
He
one of
said,
my colleagues seeing him and taking him in front of another coach and them seeing him and being like, wow,
But
this is what made Nick Saban and Dabo say he was one of the best safeties, and he ended up going to Clemson out the gate, period.
So you're telling
I,
me a week after you tried to introduce him is when he got introduced to all these people. 1 week later, 2 weeks later.
2 weeks
he
later,
said he
bro.
said
Yes.
he said from January to March.
But that's what I'm
Right.
Yes.
saying. In that
Whenever
2
that
month
rivals
time,
camp was, you can go back and look at this. Whenever that rivals camp was, he became a 4-star. And not only did I got Triquez Bridges out of Alabama. Look, Michael Vick camp when Michael Vick had his first camp down in off of Anderson Park, MLK. You know what I'm saying? Try 6'3", 195. Well, he tied Alabama's state record, man. Not only in picks, but pick sixes, coach. And that was 36 interceptions in his high school career and 13 pick sixes. That's my kid that's at Oregon right now. So when I tell you about what I'm saying, yeah. But I also knew the guy at the time who worked for 24/7. So to get him a profile, that was nothing. There's a lot of people that hustle a lot of people, bro. That you got to pay for this. You got to get this. Like, come on, man. I've been coaching. I was coaching in Atlanta since 2011, bro, all the way up to like 2017. So I seen every trick in the book, every player that you could possibly see, from Alvin Kamara when he played at Norcross to Trevor Lawrence at Carter to whoever you want to name.
See,
And George Pickens.
that's the part I was talking about with you, Skip, when I seen this kid. I told you my coworker at the time. The kid went to Tri-City. The Tri-City went 0-10. He said, my son going to Georgia. I said, wait, from where? He said, Tri-City. I said, they didn't win a damn game. I went over there and seen Mays beat the hell out of them. So then he said, it's all about the camp. He said, it's all about the camp. I said, the camp? He said, yeah. He said, I'm taking off work. And he's traveling to all these camps. He went down to Georgia and played in some 707 the Bulldogs had going on with Kirby. Kirby offered the boy a scholarship off that. They didn't win no game.
Right.
What
So
he look
like,
like though? Do he pass the eye test?
oh yeah, he a big boy, but he ended
There you
up,
have
coach.
it.
He
But
ended
see,
up, coach. He ended up leaving Georgia and going to Tennessee under Pruitt at the time. And that's what I'm saying again. He's 6'2", 215 pounds, wide receiver.
this is
And
what
I,
I'm talking about. You don't necessarily need tape. That's what I mean. This kid was at a losing program and went to some camps and showed his ass, and boom, that's
No,
all
I
it
agree with
takes.
that perspective, but I'm talking about you need political juice in certain situations, coach. You could be in college. I've seen it like this too, coach. I'm just giving you true factual statements. I've seen a young man be a 4-star, be in college, and not start because the 5-star got to start in front of him, but then have a call called on his behalf, and he become a starter. Of
Now,
course,
Coach,
that's
I
true.
I
believe that.
I
I
kind of
believe
wonder
that.
this sometimes. I mean, most of the tournaments and the little 7-on-7s and shit, they're just shells, right? Helmets and shoulder pads.
Nah,
Are
some of
they
that shit
are a
is
lot
real,
of them?
bro. Some of them guys
So
are real
okay, so they're
deal.
going, so they're still going.
Okay.
No shoulder pads, just helmets.
No, nothing. Are you saying like are they
Soft
putting
shell,
pads on
something.
77?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
that's what I'm asking. In these like 7-on-7 tournaments or these camps that we see, they're not going full pads. So
Oh,
that's where it kind of gets a little confusing for
well,
me.
that's why they
Because if you
say it's
gotta,
safe. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not ideal. But this is what I'll say about the 7v7 mark. If you're a skill guy, it gives you the mental reps. So you're working on your break transition. You're working on running your routes. You're working on timing with the quarterback. From that perspective, that allows you to go into summer workouts, fall, a different player because you've had more reps than the average player.
but what if you're, but when it comes to these athletes that are getting the 4 stars and some cats got 3 and whatever, if you go out to these tournaments and these camps and you play great, but then you get into a full pad game in your regular season and like D said, you're not even starting, but you might be coming in as a 4 star because you had some great camps, but you can't play a real game.
But
Well,
that way,
either you had some great camps, or, well, you got to think about it. If you got bodies at your school and they want to keep that relationship, they're not gonna shun off that relationship, bro.
Exactly.
That's
They
true.
gonna
What
honor
Coach
some
said
shit and
earlier,
look away from some shit. Cause
you could be the
no, just
best player and be on the bench.
That's real.
You
okay.
could you could always be the best player and be on the bench because it's what that coach likes.
Period.
Mm.
Whatever
I
his truth
understand
is,
that part
whatever
of
his
it.
system is, I've seen it.
see, that's what I was going with because in me and Abe and Coach, you probably can attest to this. It was politicking when we was going from middle school ball to high school ball.
I
It was a lot
promise.
of it was more word of mouth then because we didn't have social media with park ball legends and so forth and so on. Hey, this kid going to this school, so we finna put him in the fire. He got to play, or dad is there, mom is there, whatever the relationship is. Like you say, I was just like I said, I was just wondering how you get to these rankings with all these kids. Even Coach A and LMU, they got rankings of the best quarterback, best wide receiver, best running back, so forth now. And I'm like, they getting all this exposure. And I think that's what Skip was trying to attest to. When this kid comes to your program and he quote unquote ranked number one DB in Little League and ranked number one DB, you gotta break some of that because he's
Man, hey,
coming.
look, I don't care about none of that. I care about what you show me today. I meet you for the present moment.
Mhm.
Who you was yesterday was who you was yesterday. Who are you today? An imposter or a gamer? Period. The best
Agree.
player plays. Period. You got to show up every single day. You want to be great, you got to be great every single day, bro. You got to take coaching, bro. You got to walk in respect. See, they got to take in life principles in order to elevate too. God ain't going to honor that. He ain't going to honor fuckery, bro. Nah, he can only take you so far. You see what I'm saying? And then that other shit, that internal shit. If you ain't got that internal shit and you ain't at peace and you don't got the right support around you, well, that's where you see first become last, last become first type shit. You see what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? So that's why that's so critical.
Coach Abe, you've been quiet down there, man. What you got? I see you thinking.
Um, yeah, man. I just want to say first off, Coach, man, I love your passion. I love your knowledge for this shit. Seems like you're a great coach out there. What I wanted to know is, when you said when you first started coaching, um, and they kind of little boyed you, like put you with freshmen. At what point did you feel or did you even feel like so discouraged, like they doubted me? Did you put that chip on your shoulder? Did you ever want to just be like, man, fuck it, I ain't doing this, I'm gonna go somewhere else? How was that? Because for me, I had to do that, at first starting out in Little League. And, unlike you, I wasn't getting paid for that shit, period. And I ain't trying to, count your pockets or anything. But, I kind of felt that, do we know what he doing? Or, is he really going to help my kid? Or is he really going to be good for this team? So how did you take that, and take that energy to the field? Did you have that chip on your shoulder, or how did you go about it?
Oh, Chase can attest to it. I used to say them coaches got me fucked up, but you guess what? That ain't gonna stop me because I ain't here for them coaches, and that was even their head coach. Because this fucking football was not that. It was
Hang
not
on,
that.
hang on.
It was not
We
that.
we were in film one day. We were just watching film, and uh, Coach Irwin was the head coach, and I think Coach Singletary walked in, and Jep just kind of looked at him like, "Why are you in here?" And off rip, he goes, "Man, I just wanted to see the bullshit y'all had to say this week." Because I'm gonna tell you this, I think the freshman team was better than our fucking varsity team.
Oh, I was on garbage that day. Y'all got me fucked up. Straight up. Yes,
I
sir. Truth and
mean,
facts.
and when I first moved here, my cousin went to that school, and all of the cousins out here that I got, but my cousin Ben thought he was the king, so I think it was a Friday or a Saturday or something, and he just took us to the school. We was walking around inside the school, and he said, "Oh, I'll show you the weight room since you're gonna be playing football." We opened the door, and Marcus was sitting there working out. And man, I'll tell you, one of the best things was he didn't act like a coach. He didn't exactly what he's saying. He didn't act like he was, your he didn't act like an adult figure. He
Man, I
wanted to,
didn't act like I
treat
was
you as a
better than
friend.
him. I was a coach. I wasn't his friend, but at the same time, man, this man trying to come out and be interested in something different, man. Why I look like trying to scare him off and like drop my nuts on him for what? What that gonna prove? I'm done playing football. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Because coaches do that to kids, and that shit used to burn me up, and they didn't like me. So to answer your question, I used to face adversity head on. They would do certain things, bro. Okay, coaching freshman football, I love that. You know why? Because I got them from the ground up. I got them from the foundation. My foundation was so strong, no matter if it was an average Joe, they were their better for the varsity team. They didn't like that. Now I see in the state of Georgia, you know what I'm saying? I lived in Marietta. I coached in Marietta. I was one of the coaches. They didn't like trainers coaching at high schools. Now they love trainers at high schools. What the fuck? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, but that's the reality.
That's
That's the
real.
reality. And why is that the reality? I can spit to the game. Well, the trainer got the players. So if we get the trainer, we get the players. And then our program is what? Above average. It makes sense. I'm just giving the game. It's evident, right?
That's
Look
real.
at
It
all the
shows now.
programs.
It shows now because everything that they didn't want, they want all you guys involved in everything now because they want you on the staff. Because I think in one of our other episodes I addressed like for you, coach, like you got your cornerback up there in Oregon right now. It's a possibility you could have went with it if that opportunity presented itself. Am I right or wrong? Or you probably have had some of these things
You know what?
happen
I'm
to
gonna
you.
be honest with you, coach. I'm gonna be honest with you. I never got into it for that. As far as the
Mm.
opportunity, I don't know because man, you can ask my colleagues, man. You can ask the coach for it. You can ask guys around Atlanta. A lot of people respect my work. You get what I'm saying? But I did it because, man, I just love the game, bro. That's it. I
Mhm.
love the game, and it says that we're supposed to follow our niche and our passion. Well, I had a friend that laughed and said, "Passion don't pay bills." Well, shit, it do, especially when you're not looking from a physical return.
Mm,
Ooh.
That's
What
real.
shit? You
You get
trying to
mm,
what?
get
Why you think Chase
philosophical
talking the
on us?
way he talking? Because I've
mm.
been rich.
Trying to get
I just had to.
philosophical
You had
on
to.
us?
It's the maturity. The maturity is
Okay,
what these
then.
athletes need to get. The maturity.
It's the
You see what I'm
maturity
So
saying?
this is a great so the subject we was having before you came on. What is your take on the John Morant situation? You being a coach and you having a kid that you bring up through your ranks and you see this type of activity. How would you
Well, I'm
address
gonna
that?
say psychologically, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get the counseling and speak to those voids. It's not necessarily, yeah, he had a great background, but then you're operating out of voids, trying to become something that you're not. Why is that? That's a psychological thing. That's not just him just trying to be cool or fit in, but it also is him conforming to his environment. If I hang around this and I'm in an environment as such, I want to become as such. That's just a known fact. That's scientifically proven. You can't say
That's
it's not
real.
true.
Well,
That's
what
real.
it is too is we listen to this music and we input ourselves or our
True.
livelihood into what we rap or what they're rapping about. By him having this money, he has this thought. In my opinion, he has this thought that I can buy all this shit. I can go get a gun. I can hang around these gangsters because they respect me because I'm John Morant. Like you said, it's definitely psychological, but it's also environmental.
Oh no, you're right. You said I think I caught that. See, I was trying to, I like to be present, so that means to be mindful. So you was talking about the father being a friend. Well, that's the thing about it. I'm around elite fathers. You know what I'm saying? I train an elite athlete. I got blessed to be around, Jermaine Johnson's younger brother, Jeremiah Johnson. His father is an elite father. You know what I'm saying? He has his son. Well, he took his son first round, first and foremost. So I think he knows what he's doing. And then he has another one who plays running back, and they're on a strict regimen, but he has a balance to his fathership. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have the necessary fathership. You don't just need someone who's going to say, "Hey, good job," take you to a camp and try to sell you. You need somebody that's going to hold you, like what you guys are talking about, accountability. What's your vision? You know what I'm saying? Writing it out. You know what I'm saying? Becoming that. You know what I'm saying? Working towards that every single day, and then having some humility, bro. You don't gotta be like, I love confidence, but I don't love an asshole. And the
No.
difference is you confident in your game, your swag speaks it, but you don't gotta demean a man, just disrespect him with your game. And then if he talking
Yes.
shit, you talk shit on the low type, you know what I'm saying? But clean, healthy shit talking, you know what I'm saying? It don't got to get so volatile to the point where it's like blows being thrown. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, set that shit up, bro. Come on, man.
A
Like,
lot of
do
cats
better.
got fragile egos now. They can't handle the shit talk no more.
Well, it's the social media age, I believe, Cam, when you say about this now. You used to be able to do this, you talk shit, it wasn't no problem.
At
Now
all.
you got here's a picture. You can go to the mall, they take a picture with the dude's girlfriend, but we finna
Hmm.
play
But that's
Friday night.
lame, coach. That's not
Yeah. But
now, Skip. This is where I agree with you with the old school. You got to keep the old law rules in with stuff like that. That's lame. We don't want to be lame. We
but
want
that's
to be
what I'm
present.
saying. You have these kids now, they do lame shit like that.
But you
Or
don't
just
got no big OG telling them, "Hey, that's lame, bro. Why you gonna do
yeah,
that? You're
but
not
but
getting
that- but
kudos
I'm
off of
but
that."
you know it's out there.
Well, you got coaches and trainers that are cheerleaders, ideally.
Yes. Yes.
That's where I was
And
going
that's
with that.
Man, we
right.
can speak to it all, real
Go
uncut.
ahead,
I
Skip.
don't,
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
we
we just
don't we
talking
don't
about
we
the
don't
area of
sugarcoat shit
sports.
on here. We don't sugarcoat
Go
on
ahead,
here.
Skip.
I don't.
Go-
And see, my thing is, once you get to a certain point, it's up to you and you alone to pull yourself back.
Genetics
Ain't
are
nobody pull y'all
genetics.
back now. What they can do is slap the shit out of y'all, suspend him for a year, cause him to lose 35 to 40 million. He lose his goddamn endorsements, and then he'll say, "Shit, now I ain't made this money yet, and I'm losing it."
Well, they did
That's
Calvin Ridley the way they did Calvin Ridley. Man,
Calvin
stop
Ridley ain't
playing.
John
It's
Morant.
because they make
Calvin
so
Ridley
much
ain't John
money off
Morant.
of
We
him.
talk about elite now. Calvin Ridley is okay.
He's
I
what?
don't,
And
I don't
hold
know.
on, let me finish. Let me make my
He's a
point. We
Hmm?
Falcon
ain't gonna go to
hater.
Holland. Hold on.
Hmm?
He ain't top 10. Calvin Ridley was never top 10 in the league.
He was never top 10.
He
He
was
he
never
was just
top 10
getting
in the
started.
league. It was 32 teams, man. What you mean starting?
I'm trying to understand. I see why they
Started,
call you
started his
Skip.
career.
I
You
didn't
talking
say
about
he
his
was
career?
starting, man.
His
You say
career.
you trying to compare what they did to Calvin Ridley to John Morant. That's no, you can't.
I'm talking about the suspension of doing something that was not appropriate. And so, if you're going to suspend people and set certain examples of certain things, that's the NFL. But I think it should be across the board because these are. So what they're doing is they're saying it's okay to do certain things. I agree with JJ Redick. Yes, he is young. Yes, he shouldn't be Yes, he shouldn't be ridiculed. X, Y, and Z. However, what are we doing to help that young man?
See, and that's the flip side of the coin. We JJ Redick is a hell of a basketball player. I can't hold his shoes. I'm not gonna sit here and say I can, but when it comes to being self-conscious or subconscious about what's going on, these guys, these basketball players, they use social media just like we do. Kevin Durant got a burner account. Everybody knows him. He replied.
I don't got a burner account, Coach. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about superstars now, not me and you.
Well, I'm a superstar. I consider myself a superstar.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't never signed a $100 million contract. I don't want to hear all that.
That doesn't matter. That's your definition of success. That doesn't necessarily mean that's my definition.
And you're correct.
Don Miguel Ruiz Jr. said that.
We talk about these guys.
That ain't my truth, though, Coach. That's your definition of success. So it's not about money.
You're right. You're right. And you're right. You know what? I'm successful in my own right, but I don't brag about it. But when we talk about elite superstars, neither one of us are that. Because we ain't been on that level. Now you can think, you know what? It's just like these people think they men and women. You are what you think you are. So cool, congrats. What I'm saying is, when you're at that level, everything matters. There's a mic shoved in your face when you step out your front door. There's a camera on you every time you move. They know exactly what they're doing. So punish them accordingly. All that shit like he shouldn't be ridiculed. Yes, he should. Because when he do something good, they hype him up and promote him and pat him on the ass. So when you fuck up, slap him on the ass. Hold
on. See, that's the thing. That's what I want you to. You gotta look at things from a multiple avenues. Now, I'm not saying what I'm saying is right. I'm not saying what you're saying is right. But hold on. What happens if a person's been chasing a ghost all their life and they have no blueprint? They should still be punished for not knowing what they don't know?
Yes. If you go rob a bank and you hungry, goddamn it, you're going to jail.
I hate to say it, ignorance of the law is never an excuse.
Go ahead.
I feel like we giving, and I feel like some people are giving Ja a little bit of too much of a pass on this, just because, like, I understand.
Right. I'm
giving him a pass because he's black, and they want to give him a situation he ain't got.
What does that got to do with anything?
Exactly what it is.
I understand.
I want you to elaborate more on that.
Okay, we will.
Go ahead
and finish what you got to say.
I understand that, he's 23.
Yes.
But like in this day and age, even guys his age or maybe a little bit even younger are a little more just self-conscious about doing dumbass shit. Like this is like you really have to be a little loose up here, got a couple of drywall screws loose to get in trouble for one thing 2 months before. 2 months before, the same thing. Now you know that now it don't take somebody to come and tell you, hey man, these little kids looking up to you. Commissioner watching you. Memphis watching you. Like I'm 95% sure that Ja is aware of all of this shit. Everything. You feel what I'm saying? But he gets with whoever, his homeboys or whatever, knuckleheads who not looking out for his best interest when he probably pay their bill, do this, do that, do this. Like, bro, you gotta be smarter than what you are. And I ain't saying he's something wrong with him or nothing like that, but like me at 23, and I can just say this now because I'm 20 years older than that. But me at 23 with 200 plus million, I'm gonna try my best. People like these skip around me who gonna be like, bro, you know, not do that dumbass shit. Don't fuck this money up. Don't mess this money up. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to just excuse the whole, he need help. Bro, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you. But I also know that.
We cut each other off. Go Skip.
Coach.
Go ahead.
No, Skip. Go ahead, Skip. You good? What's the thing?
That's the thing, Coach A. He earned everything he got. He deserves everything he got. Now, with great money and all this here comes great responsibility. Yeah, he's not a dumbass child. He was reared by two parents. He went through all these levels of education the way he was supposed to without an infraction. Then you get this money and everything changes because now you're the man and nobody tells you no.
Can I pose a question to you?
We constantly tell you the stove is hot. Go ahead, Coach.
So all these things you've talked about, those are the outside possessions. I just want you to just go somewhere with me.
I'm listening.
What if he's not taught how to be a man though?
Okay, gotcha. Now we can answer that let me finish this statement. I'm gonna answer that question. We don't know how John Morant's daddy was raised. He could have raised him how he was raised, right? Now, in John Morant's daddy's eyes, in my opinion, he taught him all he needed to do. He taught him exactly what he needed to teach him to get to where he needs to be. Once John gets there, it might not have been enough. Evidently it wasn't. It wasn't enough to teach him, hey, responsibility, accountability.
Well, how about emotional stability, being able to control one's emotion without being out of control?
But you know what? There's not too many people that have that. That comes with learning, that comes with failure, and that comes with you digging yourself up back out the hole.
Look at
hang on 1 second, Skip.
And what the hell emotional shit is you going through, bro? To where you just holding the gun up in the air. You having fun when you doing this. You see
that shows you the maturity and the voice that's going on in his life because he's looking for edification, fam.
So you got 3 incidents as y'all want to go. We got the club. I'm talking about with the gun now. We got the club. We got the 17-year-old boy that you got into it because he was busting your ass playing pickup basketball. Mm-hmm. And you got this last incident riding in the car. Now, it's other reports about certain other things.
The red beam at the Pacers game, all that.
But that was his guy that got suspended.
Oh, the same dude that's in the car filming him?
He was the one.
The gun? He was the one pointing the red beam.
And they banned him away from the.
You see what I'm saying?
Y'all can have a show about why who you hang around matters. They can hurt you.
Well, that's where you coach. That's where you come in because you are influencing the youth yourself as a coach. And when you're talking to these kids, that's why we want our coaches to come on the show because, like you say, you got kids that don't have a father figure in their life that might look at you as this, and they get into these points. Like you said, you got a kid up in Oregon. You got to have a conversation with that kid because we don't know.
Man, I talked to the kid and I talked to the dad, bro. That's the thing about me, fam. I'm not a show-up coach and cheerlead coach. I talk to you behind the scenes. Chase, how long it's been since you've been removed from high school, bro? Don't I still talk to you? Don't I still engage you?
Yeah. See, you're and this might sound fucked up, but you're one of the minority.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
as far as coaches go. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have the drive that you have for the sport. You do it because you love the fuck out of it.
Man, I had great coaches, bro.
But everybody can't say that.
Basketball coach.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody didn't have the luxury of having a great coach, a coach that had you in mind versus winning games in mind.
Yeah.
Or versus technique and everything else.
Oh.
And back to this John thing, we can sit here and make all the excuses we want. Maybe he didn't have. Okay, but you're in a position now to where you make the final decision.
Well, coach, everybody ain't qualified to speak to that.
That he can't make the final decision.
Well, I'm saying you can have the money and then, if I'm dealing, I would want to go deal with a Dr. Skip versus a Dr. Joey, in a sense, because Dr. Skip might have way more knowledge and wisdom and be able to talk to me per se. But then, just because I have money, I'm able to afford this high, overpriced ass psychologist.
You and tell you back what you said. I got
he empty or she empty and ain't got no oil.
But now watch this. Vincent Parker made a hell of a comment down the thing and said it's a disconnect between the veterans and new athletes. These new generation athletes not listening to the veteran players. In other words, people like me, hell of an athlete in high school, tried to do my little thing in college. It wasn't for me. You understand? So I could tell these young kids, hey, man, get your grades, stay your ass up around this front street, wherever the dope corn at or whatever, and listen to your mama. Stay in school, listen to your coach. Get these grades and shit right so you can get out of here. So you can get
coach,
up out of
here. Who's the veteran around him? He doesn't have an Adonis Haslam around him. Who's
exactly.
That hold that shit accountable.
But now, even if he had him, would he listen? We don't know.
Hell yeah, because Adonis Haslam don't play that shit.
We don't know that. We don't know
that. No. Now, I'm gonna come back here. I'm gonna come back with you, Skip, because that was on the basketball level. On a basketball level, that was some of the things just when they started losing games. It is not a veteran player on that team credible to bust him in his ass like a Udonis Haslam or Charles Oakley or one of these players. one of these players on their team that can do that. They are a hip hop team.
And you're
Steven
correct.
Adams.
But listen.
Steven Adams probably their only veteran.
The Steven Adams been in the league, what, 13 years?
Okay, come on, Steven
Yeah,
Adams.
but
Hold on.
OKC, stop
Yeah,
it.
the player, Charles Oakley, Udonis been in the league 20 years, dog.
but what I'm saying is, Skip, that team is very young.
Exactly.
They didn't bring
Who
a
is that?
veteran presence
Yes.
that can teach them how to be a professional. A lot of time we see these guys on the bench. We see these guys on the bench thinking, oh, he ain't doing nothing for the team, but he's a veteran presence. I'm gonna give you something, Skip. I don't know if you know it or not. That last team of LeBron that went over there and won the gold medal. David Stern asked Jason Kidd to get on that team. You know why he asked? He wanted to control LeBron and his entourage. Go look it up, because LeBron was a young.
Watch this. Now, hold on. Right what you just said. LeBron's entourage hasn't had a speeding ticket since he's been in the league. No. You just said David Stern sent Jason Kidd over there to control him. He has never had an incident. None of his people. So that's not a good example.
Yeah, wait. I'm giving you what was said. I didn't say they got in trouble. I never said that. But he said
Skip only like facts.
That's it. The bottom line is facts. Facts will get you on the street. That's it.
I'm giving you the fact that when he put it out there, because you know the last time they went when LeBron, Carmelo, and was over there, and Iverson was running the team, they ass lost. So that's a fact.
So you're telling me because the veteran went, they won. That's what you're saying?
I'm saying a veteran presence. We're going to play international. We're going to international waters. We're going to play international basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of Kobe being on that team, the other veteran presence on that team was Jason Kidd. That's what I'm saying. So when we talk, even if we talk about basketball in the playoffs, what I tell you what's wrong with Boston? They don't have a veteran player on their team at the point guard position to run that team. You gotta have players on your team to run that team for them to be successful. John Morant is the alpha dog on that young Memphis team. Can't nobody tell him shit. Can't nobody say, sit your ass down. I'm gonna jack you up by your draws. You gonna do this. Can't nobody tell him shit.
You're right. Now watch this. If you bring in an old school presence, you think they could tell him that?
That's weird.
They could talk their ass off. They're probably end up fighting.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it, Coach. Mr. Coach Skip, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So if you got a veteran coach, just like my coaching style, how can I last from 2011 to 2023? Well, it's just about your verbiage. Verbiage matters. How you communicate certain things. Correct. A person could be more open to something versus if you're yelling, screaming that shit, man, that's gonna be hard to take.
Exactly.
And I'll say this, Coach Marcus up here never talked to me as a student or as a 15, 16-year-old. It was when I saw him in the hallway, we're dapping up. He's saying, "What's up?" Asking about how the family is and everything. Yeah, it was friendship rather than just he's one of the coaches.
Well, I'm throwing seeds, bro. You get what I'm saying? You came in a certain kind of way. I've been blessed because of that. I'm a whole DC fam. I got to coach a certain kind of way. I got guys that's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? My life is rich, man. I didn't just get here yet. Like you said, Skip, you endure some shit. You go through some shit humble your ass. And then, like I said, they said in church yesterday, when your life is changed, you change lives. Yeah. And depending on what you go through, that shit is so true.
But see now, in this situation, what we're talking about with Ja, I get what you're saying. A veteran president could come in and, hey, man, come on, let's go hang out together. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. It doesn't mean he's going to change now. If we're talking about college or high school, a veteran president in his ear, and then he leads them, he got something to work with. Mm-hmm. But you came in a blank canvas, so to speak, and then you were thrust into the leadership role. Like Vincent said, all great players are not leaders. So now that I'm a leader, boy, I heard this rap song. Here's what we gonna do. Yeah, we gonna Millie walk down the court every time we dunk the ball.
And
that's the
right. Hey,
you see what I'm saying? So now, if you bring a veteran president in now to try to talk to him, yeah, dog, you've been 20 years, but that's that old shit. I don't want to hear that.
And then you gotta think too, Coach, your own saying, Skip, your own saying. It was a veteran president, old school type coach. That shit would have been stopped. Look at the coach. Look at the coach now.
You got
He's
a
allowed
point.
some of
You
that.
got a
He
point.
allowed some of that shit to
Hey,
go on.
hey, listen.
They fired the black coach that was up there. They
He run
fired
his
him.
coach. That's all that is. He run his coach. He
So
probably
that's
gunning his coach.
another
Yes.
thing too. The man probably scared he gonna lose his job. He can't say nothing to him
No,
No.
don't do
because
that.
that stuff that was going on. It just didn't start that one night in the club up in Denver.
Vincent Parker is making some hell of a comments in the thing. One
Yeah,
of them
he
says
is.
Morant gotta respect the veteran players just to listen to him. He don't respect nobody.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Well,
No.
since
With the statements he's made in social media before all this bullshit, he don't respect none of them players because he feels he's just as good or better.
okay, so let's go. Okay, so here we go. This is why I tell people, sports, if you can get into it, it teaches you life.
Oh
You
yeah,
can't
and this
operate
right
by
here is going to teach
yourself.
you.
You have to use your team. You have to be relatable. You have to be coachable. You have to make in-game adjustments. Failure to do such, as Chase would tell you, he didn't tell you about the playoffs. But you know why we lost to? I think we played MLK that year, and we could have beat
Peachtree
MLK.
Ridge. I actually told them this story a couple of
Oh,
weeks ago.
Peachtree Ridge. Yeah, I think we were up. Guess what?
We were never up.
They came back or they blew us out. It was
Blew
one
us
of
the
these.
fuck out.
Hey, but why did
After
they blow us out?
they vandalized our field the night before,
Yeah, but that was
dicking
psychological
balls
shit. That fucked
everywhere.
y'all up. That fucked y'all up psychologically because see, that's what that right there. That wouldn't have fucked me up. See that what I would have did from somebody that's from the trenches. Oh, you got me fucked up. So
But
now
see,
I'm gonna
Coach,
see about you tomorrow on
but see,
site.
Now, hang on, Coach. I also told the part of that where uh that Coach Fraker the whole week told us that 5-star offensive tackle they had was slow and garbage. He just signed his second contract for $75 million with the Chiefs.
Oh Lord have
All week,
mercy.
Coach Fraker said this man is slow.
Well,
He is
can I say
bad. He
something?
can't guard you. That is
I
bad
love y'all
coaching.
show. I love y'all show, and you know what I want to say? That's the definition of coaching fraud.
Oh, absolutely.
That's real.
another comment was just made. What veteran did Jordan have to get him 6 championships? What
I think
veteran was?
I think Jordan had
Phil
veterans
Jackson.
from
But we're
other
talking old
teams
school now.
as
But we're
well.
talking old school.
I
We're
think
not talking.
I think he had friends in different places like Patrick
But
Ewing and Magic. Like he had
But he
no,
had
they
different
weren't friends.
experience
You
guys. He
understand?
had
They
Tony
weren't friends.
Kukoc. He had Luke Longley. He had
No,
Steve Kerr. He had John Paxson. He had role players. He had guys that were able to identify their role. See, the problem is everybody want to be the superstar. Nobody want to be a role player.
right. But see, the thing is, I think with Jordan, he came from the old school mentality. He came from a good coach. He came from
Dean
structure.
Smith.
You see what I'm saying? So them years from 84 to 91 before he actually started winning taught him a
Elite.
lot. He learned how Detroit was coached to beat him, stop
True.
this and stop that. He learned how the Lakers ran the
Psychological.
ball and distributed the ball. He learned how Boston had used their superstars to nullify one superstar when they swept him, blah, 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 blah. So once he got to the winning mentality and Pippen came and Horace Grant was there and all those players
Bill
that he had started
Cartwright.
winning. Right. No, Cartwright was traded. No, that's right. They traded
Come on,
Oakley for
Skip.
Cartwright.
Come
They
on,
traded
he
Skip.
won
Cartwright
the
over.
first three.
D's ready over here. I see he is turning and burning.
Cartwright won the first 3.
Yeah, no, right. They traded Oakley and got Cartwright. Then they started winning.
No, Ron Harper.
Ron Harper.
D, go ahead, man.
If you don't heard
He
his
won the
knees,
second 3.
yeah, he was on second 3.
This is the thing.
What I'm saying is the question was, what veteran did he have to get him 6 chips? Jordan was the veteran of that team.
Oh.
Now,
Period.
Cartwright was a veteran, but Cartwright came in as a role player. So Jordan was a veteran by that time because he had lost so much and gotten taught so much by losing. So he transferred it over to being a winner. And I ain't no Jordan fan. I just
So what
know
was Horace Grant for him?
what was he? He was a small enforcer rebounder.
So to get this going, Jordan come in the league. Jordan was the alpha dog on that team. At that time, George Gervin was on that team. Iceman
Reggie
George
Theus was
Gervin.
Oh, Iceman.
Iceman George
Reggie
Gervin
Theus
was
was
on that team. I want to say Reggie Theus was on that team. Michael Jordan was already an alpha dog.
You can't
Hey,
Mister, you can't
So
compare Jordan and John Morant. Jordan and John are not the same.
So the thing is, the NBA was totally different at the time. Also, they were more professional. Like he told you, these guys, this man came to play basketball. These guys were partying and doing other activities in Jordan's era. John
Mhm.
Morant is in no comparison. You can't compare them to at
Yeah,
all. The
you can't
NBA
compare
was
the
totally
guns.
different. The NBA is totally different. You got to think about this, Mister. When I told you this, Michael Jordan, them first couple of years made $4 million. John Morant and some of these players are walking across the stage, getting $200 million contracts before they even dribble a basketball.
Because they
So
marketable.
they're getting paid before they play. We giving a 23-year-old kid $200 million in the city of Memphis, where he's the biggest fish. He's
Yeah.
never had this shit.
Biggest fish. You right.
He's walking into places that giving him shit for free. You know what I'm saying? He probably got an abundance of flesh that he can have. Oh, y'all know what I mean? An abundance of flesh. That's
Well, that's
headed
why
to
that
store.
eternal is so important. He's not getting that because if he was getting that, he will understand to discern through that. And then the psychological warfare. When you do get that bundle of flesh, fam, you got to balance out all those
But
personalities
but see
psychologically.
that's what I'm saying. So that means the people that's around him, just like you said, that's why I said compared him to Iverson. Reebok gave Iverson a hammer. Iverson's hammer that came his best friend down. The money that Iverson was passing out to all his hanger-ons, that guy took that money and put it in a bank account.
That's real.
When when Iverson got ready to retire, he came to him. Here go all that money you gave me. When they said Iverson was broke, he had $75 million that he had been giving this dude all this time of his money. The dude kept it. Reebok turns around and signs into a lifetime contract because without Allen Iverson, Reebok wouldn't be on the map like they were.
At all. I remember them
You see what
Iverson
I'm saying?
came out. Woo.
So here we go when they started saying John Moran is Iverson 2.0.
No, he's
How?
Not.
How?
Iverson
Are you
never
trying to
got
compare
into
him
those
on
kind of
the
problems in the NBA.
now I said it on the basketball court, not on
Iverson jumper definitely better.
Fact.
not on no social life because Iverson came out the trenches. This dude is trying to keep basketball cred and street cred together. I just
Trying to
heard
go
recently
into
through
the trenches.
some of my stuff. He been throwing up the Crip signs. Now the Crips on the basketball court. Now the Crip signs what the Crips want to talk to him because they want payment for what you've
Hmm.
been doing.
They know you
Well,
got
if
that money,
that's the
dog.
definition of doing too much.
He's
So now
definitely.
you got these same people that you imitate. Now they calling you want to get in touch with your people because they want you to pay them for what you're doing. A lot of these rappers, a lot of these sports athletes want to be down with this culture, and they paying to have these people around them like this.
Mhm.
That
That's
ain't
crazy.
real. Cause hey, coach, I know some real motherfuckers all over the place, man. You know what they honor? You being yourself and respecting yourself.
You're
He's
right.
really
They don't
100.
honor
Yeah.
you trying to be a wannabe.
Well,
Nah.
I'm gonna say this too. Come off what D just said about the Crips, making these calls down talking about payment. And I hope to God this don't come true. But if he keeps doing this, one of these dumbass gangsters are gonna get in contact with this man and try to blackmail him or whatever, and the Fed's gonna swoop in so quick on this shit, and somebody's gonna get hurt
No, they're
because
not.
you're trying to bring a culture that you know nothing about
Mm.
into something that's not gonna accept it. They got enough money to wipe all the gangs out,
That's real.
and
We
this is
just
where if those two entities crash or collide, the feds and all these other big name people that are gonna swoop in and they're gonna stop this shit, and in the process, somebody gonna get hurt.
But
we
what I
just
said,
saw it with that Takashi 6ix9ine cat over the
But
last
he
but what
couple
ain't
I,
of
shit.
years.
He ain't, no,
this
he
is
a
different.
But
But
but he let that social media and the money
Mm.
influence what the fuck he wanted to be, and now look where it got him.
well,
He
the
had
money
all
but
them
got him exactly
gangsters
where he wanted to
around him
be.
all the time, and whenever shit went sideways, go ahead, D.
who's in jail? Who's in jail? He out.
You right, you
He
right.
put them
But
in
what?
jail.
So I'm going back on the athletic part of it. They want to mirror this. I don't think Skip that it'll get that far
I hope it don't.
because because he will deposit that money for them. Because guess what? That's when you say the check-in process. You got to go to 41 other states to play basketball, sir. So you want to go hang out. You want to go party. You want to do this when you come to these states. It's many different people, different places that you bumping elbows with. If you part of this culture that you want to be a part of. You see what I'm saying? And they gonna tap into your pocket. Nobody wants no violence. Nobody, because he's a big fish.
But
We
see,
gonna drain it.
but that's the thing, though. Do you say
That's
nobody
on him for
wants
putting
violence?
himself out there
When
like that.
before, you know, what Steven Jackson claimed to be in the gangs and all this shit, right? A whole bunch of them claimed to be involved with gangs while they were in the NBA, but you never knew it until they retired. Now you got Crips and Bloods or whichever gang it is talking about he gonna have to see us. And this is where the mistakes are being made. Instead of you doing it undercover, behind closed doors, you're putting it on social media. Don't you think just like we seen it, the Fed seen it?
But what I'm saying is they probably tried to reach him behind closed doors.
Yeah, but putting it on the internet brings more heat than it would if you just keep running.
Really? He got the gun on the internet.
Not him. I'm talking about the gangster part of it.
I get you. I get you.
And this is where the feds are going to get involved, DEA, all these people. And the NBA has enough money to wipe all the gang life out of Memphis. You get what I'm saying? Let somebody take a pot shot at, God forbid it happens. I don't want it to happen. But let something happen where the gangsters get involved with some shots exchanged at this man. And he's an NBA player. Some shit finna change in Memphis. They'll lock that motherfucker down. That's
But
what
they gonna get him out of Memphis.
Yeah, but you fuck with that shield, like they said about the NFL shield and the NBA logo. You fuck with that logo you want to the wrong way. Just stop that shit.
That's why I said that all of them. We talk about the draft and all that. They have their own police force. And when that man just came on stage and said we found some more damning evidence against him, you know what I'm saying? When the Commissioner Silver just said this the other day, we found some more damning evidence. What else can that evidence be outside of brandishing a gun? It's the people that you're hanging around. It's the things you're doing off the court that's causing the friction. And like you said, I don't give a damn how talented you is. You're not bigger than this organization that we call the NBA.
That's
We
right.
can make, as Coach said, we can make another one of you easily.
He can go to China and get that money.
They got another one. They gonna have another John Morant, LeBron, or whoever in the next 5 years coming. You know they coming.
Yeah.
We just don't know who
Coach,
that
that ring blinded me, dog. You blinking over there, dog. Hey, look, that's the goal this year down here. State championship last year. This team made it to the Final Four, man. State semifinal. So we looking to do some major things. And with a solid coach, Michael Gaines, that coached in the NFL. So when you talk about being around coaches, well, I'm actually around a coach that allows me to. One, I'm a defensive coordinator and DB coach. Be myself. Allow the kids to feed off of my energy and my attitude and. You know what I mean? You don't micromanage a guy, and you just allow kids to be taught. I definitely want to see you guys, man. Sound like you got some elite shit down there popping, man. You know what I mean? And just man, however, whatever, it's all about, giving the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not better than nobody, but I always can learn something. You know what I'm saying? You always learn it. Or I was just in the hood today with two young fellas. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't know anything but sowing seeds of hope. You know what I mean? Stuff like that, to inspire the kids. You feel me? Yeah.
Well, hey, fellas, we're going to take a second to hear from Two Fresh Transportation, and we're going to come back and do the last takes.
Are you and your friends or family looking to have a good time? Come experience Two Fresh Transportation. They offer multiple luxurious vehicles to choose from that are super clean and COVID sanitized. All vehicles having a wide range of seating space, a custom bar with a hookah, and an Apple and Google TV, a PlayStation 5, a removable dance pole, and a custom stereo. So remember, next time you book a ride, book Two Fresh, because Two Fresh is above the rest.
Yeah, there we go. Actually, before we get out of here, I lied. Man, we got to talk about these NBA finals, man. Game 3 going down on Wednesday night. Tied up 1-1. What you got? D, where you see this going, man?
I think it's gonna still maybe go 6 games. But them bullets from Dave down there in Dade County, man, they boy. Hey man, they done made this a series. Jimmy Butler H, they're not trying to lose, and they taking some of that approach. We gonna let Joker get here. We gotta stop all this stuff around. Eric Spoelstra is a hell of a damn coach. Pat Riley's in his ear, that whole organization, and not only that, for Pat Riley in his NBA career, he's had his 75 championship skip. He's had his hand in 19 of them. That's a hellified percentage. And I just think I don't know. I don't know who to pick, but I'm thinking it's going 6.
Coach A.
Well, well, first off, man, congrats to Miami, on that crazy ass series. And if we go back a couple of weeks, y'all should remember what I said. Heat in 7 with that Boston series. Now, I didn't think they was gonna win 3. Boston win 3, and then Miami win game 7. But like D said, man, Spoelstra is light years ahead of a lot of these coaches in the league. He does the most with less as I ever seen any coach do. I do feel like Denver is a better team all around. Miami definitely surprised me last night with getting that game in Denver. I thought they would go back home to win a couple of games, but Miami surprises me, man. But yet and still, I still think that Denver is a much better team. I feel like they still have no answer for Joker, even though they had a great recipe last night with letting Jokic get his, and everybody else we try to hold steadfast. But I think at times too, Denver gets a little complacent, inconsistent with their opponent. Like we kind of know we got them. And I think that'll hurt them maybe 1, maybe 2 more games. But I'll say Denver in 7.
Coach Marcus. You mute. There you go.
Yo, okay, there we go.
What's your input?
Oh man, to be honest with you, I gotta just give you a straight up what I think my pick is gonna be. I'm not really as in tune with it, with the series, but if Jimmy can keep that hunger and that aggression, and Bam, as a big, can play inside out, you know what I mean? He did some shit what I saw on the highlights. I was like, oh shit, he like stretching them, 12, 15 footer game. You know what I'm saying? When you doing that and you boarding and you playing defense, that's a different kind of game to add to the element to add to that. Now, Murray and I can't pronunciate my man's name, but
Joker.
Wait,
Joker.
No,
Joker.
we just call him Joker, like
Joker.
Batman Joker. Yeah,
Yeah, because he is a Joker. He's the when they say John Morant's like Iverson, well, I'm gonna say this: Joker is the 3.0 of Dirk Nowitzki. Period.
no,
I think he's a better passer than Dirk, but
he ain't a better
When I
shooter
say
than
that,
Dirk.
I'm saying in a sense he's better than him.
all around, I give you that.
As a center compared to a 4, yeah,
I give you that.
he's
You're
a
a
center.
critic, Skip. It's
The
okay.
man is a clone on defense.
He's a tough
Don't
one.
do shit on defense.
He can
Nothing.
get better. Well, I'm saying as far as his impact to the game.
Well, Dirk didn't do anything either on defense.
At
He was
all.
better than Joker.
No.
Joker can't
Coach,
stop
you got
nothing.
Miami.
Joker can't
You
stop
got
me.
Miami.
So I'm gonna go to answer your question head on.
Hold the hell up. Skip, that man got 2, and that man got MVP. So Dirk got 1.
Oh.
He really should have had 3.
Also, what you're saying is put some respect on his name.
Triple.
That's
Dirk
the
ain't
fact.
having
He
no
said you on the
triple double in no
facts,
damn
Skip.
final. Dirk ain't having no
Said you on the
triple double in no
facts.
final.
Triple double has nothing to do with defense.
Oh shit!
Hey man, what don't play no D? Skip? Who plays some D? Dirk.
We talking about Joker now. You talking about Dirk?
Well, now, neither one of them play D. Give him a tech, Kel. We about to give him a tech.
Okay. Well, I know this here. I know this here. Coach, you finished?
Let Coach finish.
Hey, you know what? Hey, look, I'm gonna go with Miami since I'm in the Sunshine State.
That's hard.
There you go. Skip.
Now, when it comes to what Joker is, he's an anomaly because he does everything that a center's not supposed to do. He passes the hell out of the ball. He takes high percentage shots, and you cannot stop him. He shoots damn good free throws. But on the other end, Miami proved it last night. Stretch his ass out, drive around him. That's what it was. So don't tell me about all this defense shit because that's how they won last night. He had 41 fucking points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists. You beat him by making him work. That's what they did. He has to work the score, and now he got to come out 10, 12 feet and try to defend a jump shot. Like you said, Coach A, that's how they beat them. Murray going to get his, make him work for it. Yeah. But take Joker out of this game. If he don't have a triple-double or don't contribute to the game assist-wise, they're not going to win.
You got to beat him up. He maybe had like
that's
3.
What I mean. You can
maybe
sit
had like
all you want about Joker this, Joker that. Make him work on the other side of the ball.
Over with. You got a point.
That's how they beat him.
I agree with you tonight.
Who you like?
I agree.
No. If Miami wins tomorrow night or Wednesday night, whenever they play, they go 7. And Miami win in Memphis in 7 games. That's what I think tomorrow night of the next game. If they win game 3, they're going to win in 7. That's my prediction.
Skip, I can agree with you that. I'm going to agree. If Miami takes this game back at home, first game at home, they go in 7 games.
And they're going to win because they got the blueprint. Now we're going to see what kind of coach, how good of a coach, how great of a coach Eric Spoelstra is. Because he's coached different talent to get to where he is.
He also got Pat Riley behind the scenes.
So if he takes the blueprint of what he did last night and capitalizes on it here in game 3, they got the blueprint. Now the other coach in Denver has to, nullify that. And he can't. Because Joker don't play defense.
So if Denver win game 3, what you say, Skip?
If Denver win game 3, Denver win in 6.
Damn.
That's what I say.
Right.
And I think it's 2-3-2, right? So we got
2-1-1-1.
Yes.
If Miami wins game 3, they win in 7. That's what I think.
I think Kobe cried about that when they lost to Boston, and ever since that, it's been back 2-1-1-1.
Well, okay, gotcha. But back to what I was saying about Joker. Can't take nothing from him. He's a monster. He is on one side of the ball. Triple doubles aside. If he contribute, and I don't like this player for the name. for Philadelphia, the center, the crybaby.
Indeed.
Hey, Vincent Parker said, "Sit back, Shannon Sharp." He got jokes, Skip.
That's my dog. Oh yeah, that's my dog. We go at each other because he's a Boston Celtics fan, so he'll lose anyway.
Oh
yeah. So he'll lose. So he go for the Heat because they whoop their ass.
Hey, wait, Skip, don't. Skip, he got a loaded clip for you now with that.
Oh,
I don't care about the Lakers getting swept.
Quick in here.
I don't care about him talking about the Lakers getting swept. I don't care about that. Are they at home doing the same thing the Lakers doing?
You
doing the same thing Lakers doing?
That's right. What you got?
There it is. It don't matter how you got there, what time you got there. You there.
Ouch. He cut deep, quick. Boy, he gonna play with you.
5-inch on the wall. They gonna watch the game just like me.
Oh man.
Anyway, back to what I was saying about Joker. About Joker compared to Embiid. Embiid plays on both ends of the court.
He ain't better than Joker.
How much of a bitch he is, he play on both ends of the court. So now you got to, you can't say, well, all Joker got to do is get a triple double. But Spoelstra has figured it out.
He's better than Joker?
I didn't say he was better.
I'm sorry, Skip. My bad, Skip.
You got to listen.
My bad, Skip. I apologize.
Like you won't listen to you got to listen.
Okay.
I said I don't like this player.
Okay.
You don't like Embiid.
You don't like Embiid. Because he's a bitch, in my opinion. You do little cheap shit, and then when somebody do this, you're falling all down. How the hell can the little green hair dude from Boston push you down at 7 foot 500 pounds? What's his name? The little defensive player on Boston?
Smart.
Smart jumped up and pushed this big ass nigga down, and you lay it down like you have been shot.
He's clowning. Vincent out here clowning.
Anyway, what I'm saying is Embiid plays on both ends of the court, regardless of whether I like him or not, he do what's asked of him. Now, if Joker had the same defensive presence, some of the defensive presence that Embiid got, he'd be a 10-time reigning MVP. Because you couldn't stop him. There's nothing you can do to control him.
Okay.
So that's just me talking about what I see. And like you said, Coach, and everybody here knows it, I'm a fact guy.
No,
I don't give a
facts.
damn what you say. If it's not a fact, I'm going to shoot that shit down because
True.
stats speak. You could talk
True.
about Jordan ain't never lost in the final, but Jordan ain't never went to 10. You see what I'm saying?
Don't do that. Let's start that.
He ain't go to 10.
He sure did.
So what you saying? He's less than because he didn't go
No, I
to
ain't
10?
say he less than. I'm just saying they make the six. They make going to 6 and winning 6 the best thing that ever happened.
He ain't lose 6
Bill
either.
Russell.
Maravich got 8, was 8-0.
That's right.
Maravich didn't impact the game like Jordan.
Don't
So now
do
we talking
that.
about impact. Impact makes you the greatest. So Jordan impacted like
Don't do
LeBron.
that. Don't do
Hold on,
that.
why you going? We about to get off, right? I ain't even gonna start with you, Skip. I
I
want to
was
come
gonna
back
say
to
this
that
gonna be
down
a,
the road.
a 2-hour conversation on the Skip, man. Go ahead and give me your last take.
John Morant need to be suspended for 365 days.
Period.
That's my opinion for the whole year. For people that don't understand what I mean by that, he has too much influence to be allowed to sit out 8-10 games and come back. Because the first time it happened, he took a leave from the team before he was suspended. He went to Florida and checked into this rehab facility and came back and preached about how he understands what his responsibilities are now. 2 months later, like Coach Abe said, he did it again. So that means that bullshit place he went to was some bullshit. He's saying things to get, out of trouble so he can get back to doing what he's doing. So if they don't teach him a lesson now, it won't be taught anywhere anytime soon, and he's going to make a mockery of the league.
Won't be taught until it's too late. Well said, Mr. Skip. Dirty D.
Again, I mean, we see what's going on in society right now, and some of these athletes do have they say they don't want it, but they have influence on some of the youth and the things they go around. My last take, I must agree. Thank you, Coach, for coming in. Great conversation that we had, and I always want to give ups to you, Coach A, for what y'all do for the youth and some of the people y'all have touched. Y'all doing a positive influence on the environment, the kids, and everything. I want to commend you for what you do, man, because it takes a special breed. Y'all have a good night, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and we're gonna keep this thing going.
My bad.
I just want to say, Coach Marcus, man, salute to you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is definitely, I'm sure for you and for me, this is definitely not a job when you're doing something you love. Feel what I'm saying? Whether you're getting paid or not.
Oh yeah, they can't pay me enough.
Exactly. Just keep being a good stand-up guy, man. And I just want to let everybody know that the 7-on-7 workout warrior stuff is over with for Lambeau. It's time to play big boy football.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna be in Charlotte the end of this month. And we done started revving up practices, man. Full pad, man. We getting ready.
Where y'all located at, Coach?
We practice at Exchange Park. It's Old Glenwood. If you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
South Side. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we definitely we revving up for this 40 game season. I know we'll at least play 40 games with all the tournaments and stuff. And I'm definitely looking forward to having you guys come out, watch the practice, come to the games, and I'm just looking forward to us building this relationship up even more. And I appreciate y'all.
Facts, Coach. Let me know how I can
Everybody
help, Coach, by any means necessary, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all just having me on the platform to be able to coach. I think it's very important that, you guys, whatever your role is, you imparting these young men. Just like John Morant, what he has to understand is by him saying he went and got help and he didn't necessarily get help, he's teaching young men how to just pretty much fabricate a story and not be a real man. And a real man faces adversity face up, right? And is accountable for his actions, and then he can move forward and progress. That's the only way you get over what he's enduring. And then you got to be around, like y'all said, people that's going to hold you accountable, you know what I'm saying, and coach you to be your greater self.
Well said. Well, Coach Marcus, man, we appreciate you coming on the show. Do you
Yo,
have
appreciate
anything that you want to say before we get off? Shout out your social. Where can they find you? Where can they contact you? What's going on?
Oh, I got my social. You know, we all can add each other. I ain't no Hollywood ass coach, trainer, whatever like that, man. I follow you. You know what I'm saying? It's at we underscore sports 31. You know, like I said, Coach A, man, hey, fuck with me, coach. You know what I'm saying? I love to come out to a practice, man. When I come back to Atlanta, my kids live in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, speak life into your young men. You know, you're a great coach, stewarding these young men, bro. And, you know, God gonna honor you. You know, I'm sure he is, you know what I'm saying, honoring you. And it's so fulfilling and rich, coaches. And Skip, man, great commentary, man. I know you got a rich insights, man. That's good shit. You know what I mean? The passion and just being factual and being present in the conversation. You know, Chase, thank you. You know what I'm saying, as well. Coach, you as well, you know, with your commentary going back and forth. It's just been a great dialogue with all of y'all, D. You know what I'm saying, as well. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Damn, you brought out
Well,
your rings?
Yeah,
Oh, so
I had to
that's what
bring them
y'all
out
do.
for
Y'all
you. You
did,
know,
y'all
yeah.
wow.
No, coach.
These ain't little
This
league, coach. These ain't little league
That's
rings,
Cap.
coach.
That's Cap. That's Cap. He's able, but he is able. I got to give my man some props. I'm giving him some
Damn,
props.
coach, you doing it like coach Skip.
No,
Wait,
You ain't gonna
wait.
crack
coach, I'm not
nobody head
using
like
those
Yeah.
that.
rings,
Why you
coach.
had to do that, bro? You was good.
No,
I
coach. He
did
can
I
provide.
did that messing with Abe.
He's
Those are not used football rings, coach.
yeah,
But he can make them.
Yeah.
yes.
mhm.
He
Yeah.
can
That's what
make
I
them
wanted to
It's
for
on
hear.
those
anybody.
shoulders.
Oh wow.
I just
True.
sent
He
you a
make.
request to Cole Marcus.
Yeah,
I
I did too. So there, yeah, coach. If you need
I bet.
your, some trophies for your camps or anything, Skip can get anything done for you. That's his forte. And them his rings that he got in that we hope we can get Lambo and some of the other youth football. We can get involved and put him to work. We need to put him to work because he on my W-2 and I'm tired
Hmm. There you go. Well, hey,
Hey, it's
man, we
good.
are.
It's good. Utilize your in-house. You know what I'm saying? Even on the recovery side, guys. You know, I'm on the recovery side dealing with University of Florida, man. There's a lot of different things you could do to recover your body. They got electrical stimming out there. You know, we did that with Keanu O'Neal. I got a colleague that's been in sports performance recovery for 30 plus years based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, where, you know, you got the chiropractic work. That's really good. Chiropractic, then getting hit with the stim machine, and then, you know, that cleans up all the scar tissue that's lingering. So it's levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm more than just a trainer and a coach. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real.
You know, yeah, for sure.
There
All
you
right,
go.
coaches, man.
All
Kev,
right, coach.
Skip, love.
Kev
Coach,
or
we
Chase,
appreciate
man?
you
Which
coming
is
on. Hey,
Kev or
All
man,
right.
Chase?
One
watch your
love.
mouth, babe.
All right,
Hey,
Chase.
Chase.
Hey,
All right,
but
Chase.
everybody, all right, Derek,
Motherfucking Chase, boy.
motherfucker.
Motherfucking Chase, bro. That goddamn Chase.
God
Boy.
damn.
Chase
And
was a
that ain't even my,
motherfucker.
you know what? We're going to keep it there. We're going to keep it right there. Well, hey, man, thank you for everybody tuning in this week. We had a great conversation. Thank you, Coach Marcus, for coming on and dropping some knowledge on us. We will be back next Monday at 8 p.m. Until then, keep your beer cold and your wings lemon pepper, baby. Peace.